Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. We are the proud home of the YouTube Silver Creator Award for passing 100,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, whether you're watching on USA Global TV and Radio or Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck or Amazon or some other platform. We're really thrilled to have you here. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and the purpose of this show is for me to share with you insights so that you have better communication, you're a better listener, and you have more peace in your life. How does that sound? Today's topic is the energy of intention, what you mean versus what they feel. And so what we're going to look like today, what we're going to look at, I should say today, is what words we're using and how we're showing up when we're speaking them. Many times we say things and they're interpreted a different way. And what typically happens is when our words and our energy don't match, that can lead to confusion. So this falls under the category of elevated listening. And if this is your first time joining me, thank you. I have written several books about listening. I have them right here, so I'm just going to show you. Mastering the Power of Elevated Listening, Solutions for Deeper Connections, Better Relationships, and More Authentic Conversations. And also my newest book is Holy But Harmful, The Silent Sin of Judgment, How Hidden Judgments Destroy Relationships and Damage Lives. And I also have an entire series of children's books, which are under the tagline of the listening mentor, Lady Ella. And my newest workbook, the companion workbook, which goes with Holy But Harmful, where you can actually work out some of these things that I'm sharing with you today. So for elevated listening, that's giving another person a gift, listening without interruption, listening without judgment, listening without problem solving, and listening without stage hogging. So how we show up, how we present ourselves is very important. And we only get that first time to make a first impression. And yet, if we're showing up with low energy and we're saying that we're terrific, if we're saying everything's fine with that tone, people know that it's not. So we want people to know who we are authentically. We want to show up as we are, because I always share this: when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And we've already talked in other episodes about the fact that I know personally I've tried to change people, and maybe you have too, and it doesn't work. Okay, so we can only change ourselves. We can only work on ourselves for personal development. The words that we use carry some weight, but the energy that comes with it carries the truth. And so think about what you're saying and how you're saying it. You want to align your intentions with your action. And so you want to avoid awkward communication and saying things that really don't resonate with you. Just because you are a people pleaser, you don't want to say no. We've talked about these things in other episodes, so we're just going to keep going on with that. So I mentioned that words carry weight, but energy carries truth. And so we're going to actually look at that. And I think you felt that before. She said she was doing well, but her body language expressed something other. And when that's the case, then we're not in an alignment. We're not being true to ourselves. And so other people can feel it. So our intentions are such, but the way that it's received is very different. So how can we work on our own alignment? The first thing we can do is we can be honest with ourselves about what's really going on in our life. And I just shared this on the show before, A Woman's Prerogative, but I want to share it again. Let me bring it up. We're going to look at the happiness wheel. And when you think about this, there are aspects of our life that we absolutely have control over, and then aspects of our life that we don't. So, this is the happiness circle. I use this quite frequently in my coaching. And when we are showing up with intention and purpose that matches our energy, then we have happiness in these sectors of our life. So there's six different sectors for those of you who are on an audio only platform, and they're finances, career, lifestyle, relationships, health, and personal development. And sometimes we spend so much time working on one area that we're not happy in the other areas. And a good example of this, if you've ever been in a relationship that wasn't working, and you just kept putting more and more time and energy and trying to be creative and getting the other person to like you, to love you, to listen to you. And as a result of that, maybe your health suffers. Or maybe you gave up something that you really wanted to do because you were afraid you might lose your partner. These decisions that we make have an impact on how we're showing up. So we want to be able to help bridge the gap between awareness, empathy, and integrity. So why is it that our energy is heard or felt before we speak? Because we're humans capable of connection. You don't have to be an empath or a psychic. Just being a human being, if you are open, curious, and receptive, you will be able to feel another person's energy. And so, even though someone's putting a smile on their face and they're saying everything's okay, and by the way, that's a good practice. It's a good practice to get ourselves so that we are in a place of gratitude and happiness. But if we want to have a relationship with someone and they're always telling us that everything's great, everything's fine, and we feel that they're not being upfront with us, we're not going to be able to trust them. So there's a fine line here if you look at personal development and then you look at relationships, and you have to determine where is that balance. So if you're telling everyone that you're fine when you're really not, they're going to sense it, and then that can have a direct direct impact on your relationship. So as much as you wanted it to work, it's not going to work because you are not being authentic. And so then, since you're not being authentic, so then maybe your career suffers, and then maybe your finances suffer. These things are all tied together. So when we are in an emotional state, let's say we are stressed out, we have resentment, we're tired, our tone can be different. And even though we might not realize that our tone is a certain way, or maybe we actually do, but we're just in denial, we don't want to deal with it, the other person can. And so if you've ever been in a situation with someone and you felt like they were being really short with you, and you bring it up to them and they said, "What are you talking about? I'm not being short with you." But meanwhile, something's going on inside them, something happened and they don't want to discuss it, or maybe they haven't even processed it yet, but it's coming across in their tone and you feel it. So what are you thinking to yourselves? You're thinking, okay, this person's just not a nice person, or I don't want anything to do with this person. But meanwhile, if the person had told you, by the way, I know I'm being a little short with you because something just happened and I'm still processing it. Okay, there's the truth. Now you understand. Now you're not feeling the way that you were feeling. Before, maybe you were even judging. You were judging the person because you didn't have any information, because they weren't providing any information. So I'm not advocating for us to share every single thing about our life. What I'm saying is that our energy and our tone and our words should all match. because when they're matching, then that's the authenticity. And that's how you create trust as a business owner, as a human being. That's how you create relationships that last, because there's that trust. It's grounded and it's based on the fact that your tone and your body language and your words are all matching. So I'd like you to think of a time. If you're actually watching on the live, I'd love for you to drop it into the chat. When was a time that you were with someone and their words and their energy and their body language were not in alignment and you felt it? Think of a time. And I'll share a time with you. I met with someone I hadn't seen since high school, and I'd heard some things that happened, through the grapevine. People gossip and talk. And when I met this person, they told me that their life was great and that they were making a ton of money and that they were traveling the world and everything was great. And I thought to myself, it's interesting because something really traumatic happened. It actually was in the newspapers, and maybe they had dealt with it, or maybe they just didn't want to talk about it. But the way they stated it, it's as though they never had any issues in their life. And we all have things in our life. And so we don't have to talk about things we don't want to talk about, but we could reference the fact. I'm sure you might have heard that I had some challenges and is difficult for a period of time, but I've moved on. I don't want to talk, whatever the case may be. And there's the authenticity. So you're being true to yourself, and your words and your actions are in alignment. So I'd like us to stop apologizing for being who we are and be our authentic selves. And if someone doesn't like us for our authentic self, we don't have to apologize for it. We can just say, this is who I am. I like myself. And if you don't, that's on you. That's your prerogative. So then our body language and our words are actually matching up. But when you're trying to fit in, you're trying to, for example, make something work that's not working. Maybe you're in a career that's not serving you. And so you're walking around at work acting like everything's fine, and you go home and you can't stand it and you're just complaining constantly to other people about what you're doing. Then your words and your actions are not in alignment. And so your partner might say to you, you've been complaining about this job for years, but you don't do anything about it. So it creates a trust issue. And once that trust issue is there, it's very hard to get back onto a good place. So I want us to look at having the awareness of what our emotions are. There's actually, and I don't have it and I need to get it, but there's actually a beautiful chart that has all the emotions categorized, and there's some that are above and some that are below, the negative ones. And so we can typically identify negative emotions about someone else. We always see the happy ones about us and the negative ones about someone else. She's so this, she's so that, he's so this, he's so that. But the point is, we all have a variety of emotions. And so when we're feeling emotionally one way, but we're showing up another way. So for example, you got a big promotion and you're telling everyone how happy you are, but your behavior is completely the opposite, because maybe you're afraid since you got the promotion, or maybe you have more responsibility, or maybe you have to work longer hours. And so you're not as happy about it as you thought you would be, but yet you're acting like you are. So we want to have authenticity, and we want our energy to match our intentions. So the 3 questions that I'm posing for you to take to heart: is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? Your energy is going to reveal your truth faster than your words ever will. So are you being kind to yourself? Are you being true to yourself? Are the things that you're putting out into the world, are they necessary? And if they are necessary, necessary for whom? And in what way? How do you want them to be received? All of these things line up with our authenticity and who we are. So for tonight, that's our heart to heart. And I hope that you found some value in it. As always, I'm going to reference this workbook as well as my books, I like to leave us with something. I think the most important thing that we can have is compassion for ourselves and compassion for other people. But before we have that compassion, we have to have grace. And to have that grace, we have to be authentic. So if we're not feeling well, if we're in a situation that we don't want to be in, if something's weighing on us, we have to be honest about that. That doesn't mean we have to tell everyone in the world. That doesn't mean we have to dial a friend. That just means to ourselves, we have to be honest about it instead of doing dysfunctional behavior or saying one thing and acting in a completely different way, because those two are not in alignment. So in this workbook, we have just a section that I want to read here. Self-judgment is often diagnosed as self-improvement, but its tone is rooted in criticism rather than care. While growth requires honesty, it also requires gentleness. The inner voice becomes a true guide only when it speaks from love rather than punishment. So I want you to think about your own internal dialogue. How are you showing up? What are you saying to yourself? Before we can think about what we're saying to other people, when you're looking in the mirror, what are you saying to yourself? Are you saying thank you for your strong body? Thank you for your mind. Thank you for your lungs. Thank you. These are things that I say to myself. Thank you that I can breathe, that I can hear, that I can see. My father had a hard time breathing. My mother had a hard time hearing. I mean, they're horrible things. And to think that I can see, I can hear, I can breathe, these are a gift. So when I look in the mirror, and it's been a journey for me because it's been tough. You know, I'm aging like everyone else. And sometimes you don't actually like the way that you're aging, but you have to be happy with the fact that you're still here to age. So talking to ourselves with compassion first, so that we can be authentic, so that we can be genuine, and that we can actually put ourselves out there to have a relationship with someone else. The relationship we have with ourselves comes first. And I just want to quote Dr. Cheryl Wood, who was running SpeakerCon 2025. I was a speaker today. It's continuing on. And there's an in-person event tomorrow. And then I believe Les Brown is closing it out on Sunday. She has cheerleader pom-poms, and she has clappers and things to celebrate her own accomplishments. And I absolutely love that. I don't have them. I'm going to get them, but I did buy myself a Hello Kitty tiara from Tarina Tarantino. I'm going to start wearing it because why not? I want to be the queen I am. And so I'm going to wear my crown. I'm going to shine my light into the world. So I encourage you to find your happiness, your passion, and to celebrate who you are and the journey that you're taking in this world. And when you think of happiness and where you are in these different parts, these different aspects, there's always something that we can work on. And maybe we get to be a 10 in one category, and then we have some new interests in that category. So we can actually set new goals and new examples. We want to be true and authentic to ourselves. We don't want to be fake, and it takes work. So this is the first part of our journey, is with the elevated listening. I'm going to be here every day. I will be off tomorrow as I'm traveling to an event, as I just told you, and it won't be possible to be broadcasting, but I'll be back again on Saturday. And then we'll talk from there, as I'm going to be doing a European tour. So I'm going to have to be broadcasting at a different time. But in the meantime, I would absolutely love it if you would consider going over to our two YouTube channels. They are USA Global TV and Radio and Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Just put them into YouTube. You'll find them easily. And then I would love for you to subscribe and be part of our community. You can follow, you can ring the bell so that you can watch all of our shows. I believe we have 62 different shows. And if you'd like to pick up a copy of my book, Holy But Harmful, The Silent Sin of Judgment, it is available on Amazon and fine bookstores, as well as Mastering the Power of Elevated Listening. So thank you for listening to me, and thank you for being open to learning. And when you think about personal development, that's where my key area is here. Personal development, giving you the tools and skills you need to find inner peace. All right, we're going to close out as we always do with our sponsorships. And tonight we're going to hear from me talking about the Horseshoe Farm, where I'm going to be hosting a retreat June 3rd to the 6th. It's a Horseshoe Farm in Hendersonville, North Carolina. It's a beautiful place. I just had a retreat there that I attended through Meditation for Leadership. It was outstanding. I highly recommend their organization. And I met the owners of the Horseshoe Farm. They're doing an outstanding job. They've got the silo cookhouse. They've got the stable spa. Let's take a look. There's room for 13 more people to join me. We'll be having master classes. Obviously, there's relaxation, there's sweat lodge, there's yoga, there's meditation, there's all types of excursions. Let's take a look. And if you're interested, please do consider joining me. You can email me at drjacalyn@usaglobaltv.com. It's here on the footage. Take a look at the clip. Nestled in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains, the Horseshoe Farm has always been more than a destination. It's a living, breathing reflection of community, connection, and transformation. Once a humble family farmstead, it has evolved over the years to become a sanctuary for travelers, seekers, families, and friends alike. Originally reimagined by the Turchin family as an Airbnb property, the farm began its journey into hospitality with simple roots, welcoming guests to experience the beauty and peace of the sacred land. As word spread and the vision deepened, the property organically blossomed into a boutique resort, rooted in the values of slow living, intentional experiences, and the magic of gathering. Today, the Horseshoe Farm is a 90-acre experiential retreat that merges hospitality, wellness, and culinary excellence. It is home to the stable spa, the silo cookhouse, distinctive lodging options, and a curated calendar of events that nourish mind, body, and spirit. Our guest experience is designed to be both grounding and expansive, where the comforts of luxury meet with the simplicity of nature. At its core, the Horseshoe Farm is about transformation of land, of self, and of community. We are proud of where we've come from. We are confident in who we are today and excited for the road ahead. Hello, I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, also known as the Listening Mentor and President and Founder of USA Global TV and Radio. I had the opportunity, the pleasure of attending a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm just recently. I was so impressed with all of the opportunities that were presented to me in this glorious setting, as well as the highest level of customer service, that I've decided to put together a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm in Hendersonville, North Carolina, United States of America, June 3rd through the 6th, 2026. You can expect to have a beautiful time of relaxation combined with learning, community, collaboration. Do consider joining me in this wonderful opportunity to reconnect with yourself, with others, and with nature. For more information, email me at drjacalyn@usaglobaltv.com. USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Tracy Cram-Perkins, a dementia caregiving survivor teaching how to balance care with peace of mind. #1 resource for dementia caregivers. It's the book Dementia Home Care: How to Prepare Before, During, and After. Over 17,000 copies sold of this must-have guide. And now a testimonial from Tracy Smith.
If I was to describe this book to someone who is going through a similar situation, I would underscore how important it is to have some sort of a tool or a guidebook to help you through certain stages. And there's so many, it's such an unknown topic to the average person. And to have this as a reference is essential. It's going to help you get through it personally, as well as help your loved one manage.
To learn more, go to TracyCramPerkins.com. Tracy Cram Perkins is an award-winning author. She's also the host of Dementia Home Care television show. Watch it here on USA Global TV and Radio.
Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? In a world quick to judge, one book dares to reveal the hidden cost of silence. Discover Holy but Harmful, The Silent Sin of Judgment, How Hidden Judgments Destroy Relationships and Damage Lives by Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. The Amazon #1 bestseller that's transforming the way we understand ourselves and the way we see others. Pick up the companion workbook to uncover your own hidden judgments and learn how to break free from them. Available now on Amazon and at fine bookstores worldwide.
Get ready to wear the brand that's changing the world of media. Introducing the official USA Global TV and Radio online store. From our TV show hosts to our incredible global guests, you asked, we delivered. Rep your appearance with pride. Whether you've been on air, hosted a show, or tuned in, we have something just for you. Visit us at usaglobaltvradiosshop.myspreadshop.com and start shopping today. Check back frequently. We're dropping fresh new designs all the time. Showcase your role in our global community. These designs celebrate your voice, your story, your presence. It's more than just merchandise. It's a movement of hope, inspiration, education, and elevated listening. Head to usaglobaltvradiosshop.myspreadshop.com. Your spotlight awaits. USA Global TV and Radio. Elevate your style. Elevate the world.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting. We're building bridges and changing lives, one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dies. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.